Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Dave from WAG. I'm going to talk about some stuff we've been doing with CX automation. So first, a little bit about WAG. So WAG is an on-demand sitting, boarding, and walking company, launched in 2015. We walk over 1 million dogs per year. We're in over 100 cities, and we bring happiness to dogs and their pet parents. So our challenge, we basically had really heavy load coming into our customer service system. Partially from an inefficient call flow. Basically, routing and verification into our system added a whole bunch of extra time for each call. So the whole flow is kind of like, it wasn't great. So basically, a customer would call in, agent answers, greets the customer. The customer spends, we've all done this, right? Spend about a minute talking to customer service, explaining your problem, giving little anecdotes and details. And then finally, the customer service agent says, okay, that's great. Now I need you to verify yourself. Please give me, in our case, your full name and your email address. They already know your phone number because you're calling in from it. Then they say, okay, great, I verified you. Now, please, what were you calling about again? And then you tell them again in a shorter version, but now you're frustrated, right? So that's not a great experience at all for the customer. Also, customers frequently called in for things that they could do on their own in the app. So agents are basically manually doing stuff for them that they could just do. And then just in general, people are slower than computers. So our existing technology at the time, Zendesk is our CRM. We use Zendesk Talk, which is Zendesk Contact Center as a Service product. Very, very limited IVR functionality, super simple queuing, and limited integration opportunities even within Zendesk. Plus, it's really expensive. You're paying per seat and per minute of usage. Connect, Lex, and Lambda to the rescue. So basically, we took a look at AWS Connect, which is Amazon's call center as a service. It's powerful, extensible, deeply integrated, obviously, with all of the products in AWS's ecosystem, including Lambda, Lex, S3, CloudWatch. It has intelligent routing. There's no commitment. You can basically spin it up in a few minutes for free to start. Really good Zendesk integration. So we created Bella the Friendly Pup. Started out with a proof of concept, basically designed and implemented it in 3 days. You would call into AWS Connect. A Lambda would look you up in our system based on your phone number. Bella the Friendly Pup would greet you, say thanks for calling, and ask how she could help you. And then the customer would respond in a couple words. She knew a bunch of those intents. And then in the proof of concept, you were actually able to book a walk or cancel a walk. And then Bella would actually use the Lambda function to book that walk in our system. So it actually worked. It was really impressive. We sent the number around to all of our C-suite, and they actually called in and booked and canceled walks. Super impressive with just a couple days of work. It wasn't perfect, but super powerful demo. So then we decided to take it into production. So we went from demo to production in 3 easy steps. First, we created like a whole new staging environment. So new Amazon account under our organization, spun up a new AWS Connect instance, provisioned new numbers for the various entry points, so we have walkers and pet parents call in, set up our VPC, NAT gateway, locked everything down, put the Lambda in the VPC so that we could whitelist the IPs in our Zendesk, and we started testing. So here's the basic structure. So basically you have Zendesk on the outside, as well as our API, and you have a bunch of Lambdas that talk to Connect into our system, basically look you up, verify you, figure out if you're a walker or an owner, and then Lex bots, which you actually talk to figure out what you're talking about, and then Polly powers the voice of the bot. So moving into production, we set up contact flows for kind of like blue-green deployment so that we could make changes without breaking the live system, and then when we're happy with them, we could cut them over. Built out a Python tool for importing all the new intents. So as we realized we were missing intents, we would add new intents and push them back into Bella. And then we updated our application to start sending some of those calls to Bella, and we monitored closely. So we built out dashboards that showed the call volume, showed errors, showed us our missed intents, and the incoming intents. So what we learned so far. Robots have tough jobs. People are super, super mean to robots. They say totally crazy things. They don't think people are like reading what they're saying to the robots. We absolutely do look to see what intents that we miss and what we don't miss. I think everyone should, in general, try and be nicer to robots because Skynet, it's going to be real. And one interesting thing is that even every time people call, it's about a 30% chance that they're going to want to just talk to an operator. They're going to say something other than like what they want to talk about. They're going to say something possibly mean, like something in this list. So you want to definitely have utterances for operator that are things you normally wouldn't think of if you're talking to a human to talk to an operator. People really did say all these crazy things, and so we just get them over to an operator. One thing that we did realize, though, is that in our verification flow, if someone requests an operator, originally we would just send them right to an operator without verifying them, and then that kind of defeated the purpose of the whole thing. So what we did was that even if they asked to go to an operator with a bad word or whatever, we still asked them to verify themselves, and we see about 60-70% verification across the board. So that's been super helpful. A lesson: build tools for everything. Don't do anything manually. Automate all the things, right? We quickly found that adding misintents to Lexbots was a pain. So build a tool to pull those intents and push them up into Lex in an automated process. Testing over the phone for Lexbots is slow. You have to call a number and talk. Use the chat. It's much better. It's hard to catch edge cases with different callers from different numbers. And I mentioned like the skip verification, so adding in that even though people asked to talk to the operator, we still took them and verified them, which was super helpful. And then you constantly have to iterate on this. You can't just like set it up and let it go. Your business will change. The things people call about will change. So you want to be constantly monitoring and changing those intents. So what's next? So the things we're working on right now is instead of just determining intent and routing and verifying, we also want to let people self-service things. So allow a walker to request a cover. So if they can't make it to a walk, they can request a cover. Allow an owner to cancel a walk and reschedule walks, and then connect an owner and a walker directly. Right now, we're manually taking the missed utterances. You get them every day, and we're manually assigning them to different intents. So we're working on a BERT classifier. So BERT's like Google's newest natural language open source model that's fully trained. We're using that to figure out which intents those utterances should belong to and assign them automatically and automatically adding them. So that's what we're working on right now. So that's it. Thank you very much.